So, we've talked about how to buy a house and the many costs that you have to save up and set aside for. But today, let's talk about what happens after you buy a house and what are some tips that can help you build your ideal home, all simplified on our version of a Cluedo game. And stick around to find out how you can get extra incentives and freebies. And to keep this fun and informative, I have not a board game expert, but a designer here with me, and that's Matthew Lim of Matthew Lim Associates.
Hi everyone, this is Matthew Lim. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. So today, we're not actually gonna solve a murder like the Cluedo game, but rather how to not get murdered by unrealistic expectations and the extra money that people have to come up with just to build a home. But before we get to the game, maybe you can share with us what are some things that our audience should know.
Most important is to identify whether if you buy the property, what is the purpose for that property? Is it for your own stay, or is for investment purpose, or any other purpose? Because that intention and objective is very important for you to understand how much budget you are going to invest in the property.
Right. What are some major costs that you definitely have to set aside for? Like you cannot compromise on these things.
But usually the major budget, the first category is the wet works, the tiling works, the new bricks wall, and there's a second major cost will probably go to the M&E, which is the electrical wiring, the air cons, the lighting, and the third major cost will go to the built-in, there's the customized built-in carpentry. But end of the day, the most important is the objective, and also look into what is the condition of the property, because that would actually switch your priority in terms of which area to invest your budget.
Right, understand. Right, so now let's get into the game.
Right, it's a hall.
Yes.
Usually for living halls, I think the bigger components is a TV features wall, the TV console, the features wall, and you probably want to have a good lighting. You probably need to invest a good sofa so that it could match the overall environment. The most important component is creating that feature, that focus point. All right, so it's a dining room.
Yes.
Dining room is a place where a family gather around. Personally, I think dining area is very important to invest in a comfortable dining chair. After the meal, you might want to sit there for quite some time to have a good conversation with the family.
So everything from here, it also enhances the quality of life, right?
That's right. Okay.
True.
It's the bathroom. One very important note for the bathroom is to select the right finishes for the flooring, because you do not want to have high gloss marble flooring to expose you to risk, like if you have water falling down.
Yeah.
So the specification and finishes of the bathroom has to be really well considered. Most cost-effective finishes to apply is basically a house finish. If you have certain amount of investment that you would willing to invest, you can consider like stone finish, marble, or granite.
Material selection is crucial here.
Yes. So the next will be the kitchen.
Oh, kitchen! Important room.
I think kitchens is depending on whether you are the one that love cooking. There can be a lot of small little things that is very particular to you, especially how you get your ingredient from the fridge, what is the flow. But what I think the most important for the kitchen is about the durability and also the user-friendly of the kitchen. There is different materials and finishes for the countertop.
Understand. Because you also don't want the top to be staining as well.
Yes.
Or even if it's like hard to wipe, if it's always oily.
The number one priority is it has to be easy maintenance.
Easy maintenance.
So the next will be a bedroom. Personally, I think it's very important to invest on the right mattress, because that is where you will spend the most hours on the bed. In terms of the interior aesthetic, personally I would suggest to have something that is a bit more soothing, because it's a place for you to, relax and get ready to sleep. Yeah. And probably a nice lighting.
Oh yeah.
Nice ambience, like reading. You have some reading light, some night lights. All right.
Next one.
Next one will be the study room.
Study, like a work room.
Understand the placement for all the devices. So you need to make sure that you have a power socket and electrical provision for all the devices, especially you are planning to conceal that. You do not want to see, like an exposed conduit running here and there. Having a good lighting is also very important for the study room. In the technical terms, we call it 4000 K. It's a color temperature, where the color temperature is closest to the daylight. Others general area for the house, you probably better to go for 2008K or 3000K, which is a little bit more yellowish.
And finally, the last room.
Okay.
Ding, ding, ding.
Right, the last one will be the storage.
Storage.
Storage could be designed as part of the cabinetry feature. If you have a small room that is designated for the storage, personally I would suggest to have a proper design racking system so that you can utilize every corner, every inch of the space.
How would I know if the design is good?
If you can store a lot of things.
Okay.
I think the priority for the storage is more on store up the item. The aesthetic could come secondary.
Finally, before you leave, are there any maybe final tips or rule of thumb that you can share with us?
Be very honest and transparent to the designer is very important, especially on the expectation and also the investment and budget, so that the designer could advise accordingly.
So to sum it all up, you have to figure out what is the objective of your house, the priority for your house, and of course knowing your budget, because you also want to invest in good quality pieces so that you do actually save cost in the long run, right? And of course, working with the right people, getting advice from good experienced designers and contractors so that it saves you headache. And of course, it's good to find a quality property from a trusted developer so you don't have to worry about the extra cost to fix what's not working. Speaking about extras, if you like extras, LBS is back! Extra better than ever with the LBS Bina Fabulous Extra 2022 campaign! You can stand a chance to win prizes worth 1.5 million ringgit in total when you purchase any LBS homes. There are 22 cars waiting for their owners and you might just be one of the lucky winners. So basically, whatever we talked about just now, if you're lucky, you could get them for free! Not just that, you could also win extra prizes such as motorcycles, TVs, soundbars, and lots of appliances that will fit perfectly in your new home. Home buyers can also bring home extra goodies and incentives such as a low booking fee, legal fee exemption, loyalty reward, flexi payment scheme, zero exit fees, and a furniture package. For more information, do check out LBS Bina Group's Facebook and Instagram. And do make sure to check out their virtual fair.